Welcome to the WP-Tonic This Week in WordPress and SaaS podcast, where Jonathan Denwood interviews the leading experts in WordPress, e-learning, and online marketing to help WordPress professionals launch their own SaaS.
Welcome back, folks, to the WP-Tonic This Week in WordPress and SaaS. This is episode 735. I've got a fantastic guest. I've been looking forward to this interview. We're going to be talking about how to utilize Zoho with WordPress. We've got a true expert. We've got somebody I'm going to totally butcher their name. I've warned them, tribe. They're prepared. You are prepared. We got Lior. How do you pronounce your surname again?
Lior Izik.
Lior Izik. And he was very amused by my bad attempts. So he's a great guy. Like I say, we're going to be discussing how to integrate WordPress with Zoho. We're going to be talking about Zoho, how it's progressed this year, what it offers. I think it's going to be a really interesting discussion. Before we go into the main meat and potatoes of this, I've got a quick message from two of our major sponsors. We'll be back in a few moments.
Are you looking for ways to make your content more engaging? Sensei LMS by Automatic is the original WordPress solution for creating and selling online courses. Sensei's new interactive blocks can be added to any WordPress page or post. For example, interactive videos let you pause videos and display quizzes, lead generation forms, surveys, and more. For a 20% off discount for the tribe, just use the code WP-Tonic, all one word, when checking out and give Sensei a try today.
The importance of backing up your WordPress website cannot be emphasized enough. We use BlogVault to help us do this on a daily basis. With free staging, migrations, and on the Pro plans, malware scanning and autofix, BlogVault is the professional's choice when managing just one website or many. Go to blogvault.com and see for yourself. You seriously won't find a better, more complete solution. That's blogvault.com, blogvault.com.
We're coming back. Like I say, it's going to be a great discussion about WordPress and Zoho. So, Izik, would you like to quickly give us an introduction about yourself and how you got into the world of Zoho?
So first of all, I'm a business owner. I'm running multiple businesses right now. Also in the past, I used to run multiple businesses and creating them and selling them. Last decade, I'm more about growing the businesses than just selling them. The first time I met Zoho was I owned an appliance repair company, and we used to have lots of stuff. Lots of admin personnel and lots of chaos. Every meeting was a disaster. And at some point, we tried to introduce a quality CRM such as Salesforce. It was extremely expensive. Every small, fart in the system is tens of thousands of dollars. It's not something that a small business with 60 employees can attend. So it wasn't a go. We tried apps, but we tried different solutions. Everything seems to be very expensive to the point that it's or we stay with crappy CRMs or we need to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for implementation. And then I met, I checked few Zoho partners back then, and that's many years ago. They didn't really have so many tools to help us. They had a cookie cutter solution which didn't work for us. And eventually I saw Zoho as a good opportunity, and I tried to customize it myself. Surprisingly, it was dead easy. And then I said, you know what, let's create a YouTube channel. We just show business owners that it's not that difficult. And I started to run some videos, and over hundreds of videos on the channel. I saw that there are tens of thousands of business owners that were able to do it by themselves. Sometimes my company will help just a bit, maybe with a setup, maybe with some questions, but bottom line, most companies are able to create a full Zoho system in-house, no problem at all. Beautiful system.
Right. So how long have you been running your company consultation company in the Pacific Zolo area then?
So that will be from 2013. So since 2013, we have the company Amazing Business Results. We are a premium Zoho partner, which means we sell a lot. And we also have an academy with over 10,000 students. We're running on a weekly basis. We're running Q&A sessions where people, any business owner can join, ask questions, and I'm trying to help him live. And that's running for the past 3 years. It's amazing. So we're really trying, not only to be a custom development firm to try to help people build a fresh, clean system. It's also trying to help business owners, in their journey of, how to create it themselves, not only, using a company.
Yeah, it's like I say, I've been really looking forward to the discussion because there's so much to discuss. So let's go on to the next question. You just given a great outline about how you started the company, but our audience are WordPress developers, entrepreneurs, bootstrap, startup people. So they love to learn from our guests' experience. So what were some of the biggest initial 1 or 2 challenges you face in getting this Zoho consultation training company set up? What was 1 or 2 of the most significant challenges? And can you give some quick insight about how you overcame them?
Of course. The biggest challenge in CRM, it's not only Zoho, it's in CRM in general. It's that when we started this journey, we didn't understand that the CRM is not like a website or a WordPress or, Calendly. CRM is the art of the business, and the language that you need to talk to business owners is business. So the business owner will come to you with a problem in his sales process, but the business owner will not understand that the leads module with 2 workflows will be the solution. It's just coming with a problem. So in the beginning of this company, we used to have developers talking to clients.
God.
That's right. And this is where we ate buckets of shit. It's because the developers were awesome, but they don't know business. They never hired or fired. They never, ran, trial balance. They don't know much about business. And I ran the company in the beginning the same way that I ran multiple IT companies that I had in the past. The developers talk to clients, and that was perfectly fine. And when we understood that, we changed the way that the company works. And this is also something that I'm trying to help Zoho partners in general understand, is that the person that's supposed to talk to the client will be a business person, someone that already created businesses, sold businesses, developed, someone that is more on the business side. And he can talk to the business owner, extracting from him his needs, and then there will be a discussion between this person and the development team of what needs to be done. In my case, for example, we have 3 different individuals in the company, including myself, that we are in the business world. We're also pretty good on the Zoho side. And then we're able to talk to the client. We're creating a Lucy chart, which is a flow chart of how the business goes, how leads coming in, when leads comes in, how it's being translated in the CRM, what type of automations are going to take place. And that works pretty well. And that's, I think, the biggest challenge that we have is just the concept of who can talk to the client and when. And that was a game changer for us. From a very mediocre company, we became, I can say one of the best in the world. Because right now, in terms of reviews and customer satisfaction, we're by far leading the chart from all the other partners in the world.
Yeah, that's a fascinating insight that that you realise quickly and you were able to adapt your own business processes, because it's not the only time I've heard that. You've got to have the right people talking to the right people at the right time. And obviously your previous experience having developers talk to other IT developer type professional works perfectly.
That's right.
But not in this particular niche area. That's the last thing you need. So that's great. So let's go on. So I attended WordCamp Europe in Porto in Lisbon in the summer, and also I attended WordCamp USA in California about a month ago. And I noticed HubSpot had sent some people to both conferences to mingle, to chat. And I love HubSpot, but it's not as expensive as Salesforce. But that's not saying too much, is it? But obviously they are trying to build relationships in the WordPress community. HubSpot is, because they had a stand, a booth at WordCamp Europe, and they were doing a lot of. But I also see Zoho as being a great partner platform for WordPress. First of all, would you agree with that? And what do you see as some of the, if you do agree with that, what do you see as some of the opportunities of WordPress developers, agencies working with Zoho and maybe with you?
So first of all, let's talk about HubSpot and Salesforce. Extremely good systems. So nothing bad, I can say about those systems. In the past, I used to have also a development company, and we used to develop on HubSpot and Salesforce. The audience that I'm attracting is not HubSpot and Salesforce companies, because HubSpot, for example, there will be, and again, it's a fantastic system. I don't want to sound like I'm discounting the system. When you're going and working with the system, you will jump through the pricing up to the hundreds of dollars for a license. And I think that when you have hundreds of dollars per license per month, and you have 60, 70 employees, or even 30 employees, you're talking about huge amounts. It's very expensive. Also, the development is very expensive. Salesforce is the same. So for me, HubSpot and Salesforce is not really a competitor to Zoho. HubSpot and Salesforce will be for the big boys, for the hundreds of employees, huge companies, not really for small businesses. And my audiences will be small businesses. I am passionate about helping small businesses, never had a passion. Even when I did projects for Johnson & Johnson, JVC, Siemens, that was just for, getting some money, right? It was like a job. There is no passion in helping a corporation that's doing billions. The passion is to help small companies that need help.
So you say small companies. I'm just taking this out the air. Would you say that Zoho, from one person, from one entrepreneur up to maybe 250, 500 employees, that Zoho could be a good
hundreds
option?
I think in the hundreds of users. The company can be, let's say, Tata. It's hundreds of thousands of employees, but not all the companies using Zoho. So you will have, let's say, a subset of people that will use the system. As long as it's in the hundreds, it's perfectly fine. It's great. And it's not about the database side. It's about the functionality. Enterprise companies will work in a different way. And again, it's my personal feedback. It's not, Zoho's point of view as a company. Zoho, of course, want to grow into the enterprise. But personally, I don't think that they have yet the right tools to go enterprise. And for me, anyway, as a company, there is no interest to go enterprise. Fantastic.
So I'm going to go for our middle break, and then I've got a follow question related to what I've just put to you. But we're going to go for our mid break. It's been a fantastic discussion. I've got a couple more adverts from our major sponsors. I'll be back in a few moments.
Hey, it's Spence from launchflows.com. If you've been looking for a fast and easy way to create powerful sales funnels on WordPress, then look no further than LaunchFlows. In just minutes, you can easily create instant registration, upsells, downsells, order bumps, one-click checkouts, one-time offers, custom thank you pages, and best of all, no coding is required. For as little as $50 per year, you can own and control your entire sales funnel machine with LaunchFlows. Get your copy today.
We're coming back. I'd like to point out, I've got a great resource page, all the best plugins, special offers from the sponsors, plus SaaS-based apps that if you're a bootstrap startup, all these resources are on the WP-Tonic website. You get them by going to WP-Tonic/resources. Plus, you can sign up for the weekly WP-Tonic newsletter, where we have the latest WordPress and SaaS stories. I do editorial, links to special offers, just a ton of value. Like I say, you can get all this by going over to WP-Tonic/resources. So, quick follow-through question. So, what do you see as, if you do think, do you get quite a few people that got WordPress as their front-end website, but then they are looking to utilize Zoho as their lead CRM and everything else that's Zoho? Do you have a few of those type of people?
Yeah, that's very common actually. The most common will be to have some kind of a funnel, and it's a basic funnel using Contact7 and other plugins. You can
don't mention them.
Okay, so using plugins or maybe a snippet of HTML that's coming from Zoho that you install it on the website, and you can customize the CSS to look beautiful on the website. And that will be the majority of the cases, just to push information and data and leads into the CRM. That will be the bare minimum, and we see it all the time. We created some more revisions because I used to, as part of my companies, I used to have also a marketing company in the past. Marketing companies will work from budget and how many leads I am pushing your way or what is the traffic. But it's all bullshit. Money going out of my bank account cannot translate to numbers that are not converted to money. As a business owner, I deposit money in the bank account and I withdraw money from the bank account. Leads are not a monetary value that I can appreciate. And in Zoho, we're able to understand, let's say that you have a $10,000 AdWords campaign. The AdWords campaign will push into or phone calls or landing page. This traffic will go back as a phone call or as a form from the landing page to CRM, and I can track the amount of the campaign, how many leads came in, how many deals in the pipelines, and how many deals I closed. So bottom line, whenever the campaign is running or ending, I can tell you exactly on the cent how much money was the income from a specific campaign. So there is no more all the fluff of leads and traffic and SEO and ranking. It's all crap. And this is how marketing companies make money, right? Because they can't sell results. No, they will say that they cannot control if the business is closing the business or not, which is crap. It's not true. The business is a business because it's closing deals.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. That was a kind of very powerful statement, but it was an interesting one. So I think one of the things that attracts some of my medium-sized clients, I'm talking to one now, is using ZohoCRM with some of the other products that Zoho provides, like IQ. Is it IQ Analytics?
Sales IQ, you mean?
Sales IQ. Some of the other.
There are many.
Yeah, and also books. You got books that is the financial side. Yeah. They are looking to get reporting data and also managing their subscriptions. I know Zoho's got a subscription product as well.
That's right.
One of the things that I call it, they have modulated. I call it modularization. I'm not sure there's actually a word, modularization, but you have these modules, like you have subscription, you've got ZohoCRM. They have a lot of them, which is great in a way, but it does cause a bit of confusion. Would you agree with that? And how do you get over having all these, I call them Lego bits, these modules? How do you explain it coherently to clients?
Yeah, so this is one of the common issues that clients will face, because usually clients will start with Zoho with a single product. They will see now that Zoho have many products. They can talk to each other, and they say, okay, let's do that. But there are over 55 applications in Zoho One, and this is where a Zoho partner will be very handy, and it's not even something that's supposed to cost you money. So if you meet, for example, with any Zoho partner for a sales call, and you will give them your business needs, the Zoho partner can tell you which applications you're supposed to use. So if you look, for example, at tasks, so tasks will be a basic thing for a business. But in Zoho, you can have in ZohoCRM, you can have tasks. You can have in Zoho Connect. You can have in Zoho Projects, or maybe Zoho Desk, or maybe in the Zoho One. So you have multiple ways that you can have tasks. But each one of those solutions will be a good fit for a different type of business.
Right.
And a Zoho partner will be very handy in those situations. In general, I recommend anyone with a Zoho account. And again, I'm not trying to sell myself. There are lots of great partners out there. Connect with a partner. Be connected to a partner. And
I don't blame you for selling yourself. That's the whole point of coming on the podcast, isn't it?
Again, we have enough business. We're not, craving for business. We're good. I'm just saying, being with a Zoho partner, it needs to be a must. Because
right. So I think you made I didn't realize they had over 50. I knew it was extensive. Now, I looked at Zoho a bit about almost 3-4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I did a bit of a dive. I was really interested in it, and I played around with it and utilized it on some of my own web properties.
Mm-hmm.
And I found some of the let's call them applications. I think that'd be the right term. All the different applications that Zoho offer. I found a few of them were interesting, but they didn't actually work as advertised.
Yeah,
I get the impression, because I've been playing around with it a bit again recently on some of my own web properties, and I think the situation is a lot better. They seem to have improved the standard of their library of applications. Am I correct about that? Or would you agree with that statement that a couple of years ago, some of their apps were a bit buggy? Would that be the right term?
Yeah, I 100% are with you. Also now, there are some applications that will not be perfect. What I think Zoho did in the last few years, instead of running and create more and more applications all the time, they just paused a little bit and start to work on the existing applications. Most of the applications in the Zoho One will be decent, so they're okay. Some of them will be phenomenal, like ZohoCRM or Zoho Books and Zoho Campaigns and Zoho Desk, Zoho Sales IQ. You have about 15 applications, amazing applications, very, very good. Yeah. The majority will be okay. So they're not amazing, but they're okay. And there will be some that are crap. I wouldn't use them. For example, let's say Zoho Meeting. Zoho Meeting will be a product that I will use for internal meetings, but I will not have client meetings with it because it's clunky. There is some little bit of crickets in the background sometimes. It's not great. I don't sell myself as a mediocre company that will have mediocre meetings. So I'm using Zoho. My website is a WordPress, not Zoho sites. So there will be some applications that are not great.
Well, I just see it because obviously with any web-based SaaS application, you get more stability and you get a platform. But if you link it to WordPress, you can also, WordPress has moved on with its own marketing automation offerings. There's a balance, but there's definitely some things that I wouldn't do on WordPress, which is one of the things I definitely wouldn't do on WordPress is have a CRM, but CRM has become such a generalistic term, hasn't it? Because I know a few people that utilize ActiveCampaign and they utilize it as their hub of their business. They utilize it as a kind of quasi CRM. And I don't see ActiveCampaign as that. I see it as a very effective marketing automation / email sending platform, but it's not really as true sales orientated CRM.
Right, absolutely.
I just don't see it as that. But if you're looking at HubSpot or Salesforce, they're great. But I totally agree with you. They're at such a price point, and you need either a very effective IT department or you're going to have to pay for a lot of outside consultation. Where this is why I think Zoho has such a strong place. So that's enough of me. One of the areas that I was going to ask you that I personally find confusing around Zoho is Zoho One, is the pricing structure, because one of the strengths of Zoho is they're quite generous normally on their free plans. And they're not normally totally crippled. They normally offer good functionality in my experience. But then you can buy paid versions of each separate product, or you can buy this Zoho One. How do you advise clients when they should look at just buying paid versions of each Zoho app, or when they should look at Zoho One? Or do you advise that they should always look at Zoho One, really?
So it depending on the usage. So, for example, let's say that the company will have Slack. 200 employees companies, they will have Slack for all the users. If you will have Zoho One, as part of the Zoho One, you have Zoho Click, which Zoho Click is like Slack. So you replace it. If the company will have...
Well, is Zoho Click one of your 15 great Zoho apps? Oh, right.
Fantastic. I will give you an example from the marketing side. Let's say that you have lead comes in. The conventional way will be that you will send an email to the lead owner to notify him that the lead came in and call the client. But if you have Zoho Click, it can be an application on your mobile device, and when a lead comes in, it can click basically and tell you there is a new lead. You click on it and it goes to the record and you can talk to the person. So the wait time of the lead will be seconds versus minutes or hours, depending on how often you check your email. It also comes to your desktop. We have, for example, a SMS extension. And when SMS is coming in, it also integrates into Click. So Click is going basically from just a notification tool between teams. It's now also a notification tool for the system. when you have a due date for a task, and
just
so on.
interrupting, because I think this is one of the things that's causing a bit of confusion about, because, when you want a chatbot on your website, I'm using Drift at the present moment. I use the free version, and I've been using it for a while, and it works. The paid versions are extremely expensive, so I just use the free version. But I was looking at Zoho, but the chatbot is in Sales IQ, isn't it?
That's right. It Sales IQ.
It's a bit confusing where you're going to find the actual functionality that you're really looking for, isn't it?
That's the Zoho partner place. Zoho partner is supposed to help you with that, because there is just too much knowledge. It's impossible for an individual that is not in the Zoho world to know which application, and also inside each application, which module is supposed to help you with a business request.
Yes, I see where you're coming from. So I went off. It's my fault. I apologise. So back to the original question, because I kind of put that in as you were trying to explain my first question. I apologise. So do you normally say to people, well, if you're really serious about it, you should really look at Zoho One, or are there times where you say you're only looking at one or two of these apps? You're better off just buying individual.
There are two main problems with clients and Zoho. Most of them will go to Zoho Creator, which Zoho Creator is a custom system that can build you basically anything that you like. And they're going this direction because they don't know that their business request can be solved by an existing application. And that's probably 50% of the times. Another one will be that people buy Zoho One always. And that's always not supposed to be the case. Just as an example, yesterday the client, 55 employees, and all he needs is 4 people to work on the CRM for sales. Rest of the company just need an email address. So instead of buying Zoho One for 55 licenses of $37 a month each, I solved this problem with 4 licenses of $45 for CRM and $1 per user for email, right? So it's more about the business needs. Not everybody's supposed to go to the Zoho One, and not everybody's supposed to go to individual applications. It's about the business needs, and always in the future, you can make some changes and make it work in a different way. You can jump from Zoho One to individuals and so on.
Right, that was great. I think we're going to wrap up the podcast part of the show. Leo's agreed to stay on for some extra content, which we call bonus content. You can watch the whole interview plus the bonus on the WP-Tonic YouTube channel. I've got a load of content on there for the WordPress entrepreneurs. If you're looking to start a membership site, there's a load of material on there. Please go to the WP-Tonic YouTube channel to watch the rest of the interview, and do subscribe to it, because it really encourages me to produce more great interviews like this. I've really enjoyed the interview so far. It's just, I could talk to Leo for hours. I know that's made you white, hasn't it, Leo, having to talk to me for bloody hours. So, Leo, what's the best way to find out more about you, more about your company, and more about Zoho?
So we have, as for a company, we have, of course, a website, amazingbusinessresults.com. We have a YouTube channel with hundreds and hundreds of videos.
It's excellent.
To the point, no bullshit. We help business owners. We're not showing a little bit and then, we shy off. We give everything. We have also an academy, liorizik.com, and we have there about 9 courses, well priced. It's a few $100, $100, $200 for a course. We try to make it as less expensive as possible. Of course, we have production costs, right? But We try to make it inexpensive. We have Q&A sessions. We're helping business owners. We're going to have in 2023, we're starting to give different type of support. Usually Zoho and companies will provide support over email, over phone call, but we don't think that it works on the Zoho world. So we're going to have daily sessions where we're going to help business owners live every day. So it's different type of operation, basically.
Sounds fantastic. In the bonus content, I'll be asking more questions about Zoho One and their pricing structure, which I find confusing. Hopefully, Leo will be able to quantify this. I'm also going to be discussing with him how I see how he's used what I call educational marketing to grow his company. I'm a great believer, and I have the same philosophy as him, I feel. I want to see if he agrees with that. And a load of other quick questions. Please join us on the WP-Tonic YouTube channel to see the rest of the interview. And we'll be back next week. I've got some fabulous guests. I'm fully booked out until the new year. And I've just got some really interesting people. I'm really looking forward to the interviews. We'll see you next week, folks. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. We really do appreciate it. Why not visit the Mastermind Facebook group? And also to keep up with the latest news, click wp-tonic.com/newsletter. We'll see you next time.